This is Freedom Global News.
United Nations Children's Fund says Nigeria's out-of-school children now reaches 18.5 million.
This is Freedom Global.
President of the Nigeria Football Federation denies allegation of favoritism. And on the foreign scene, Queen Elizabeth II under medical supervision as health concerns grow. Good evening, you listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Today is the 8th of September 2022, which is equivalent to the 11th of Safar 1444 after Hijri. And now the news in full. As the world celebrates the International Literacy Day, United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, said there are now 18.5 million out-of-school children in Nigeria. Since 1967, International Literacy Day celebrations have taken place annually around the world to remind the public of the importance of literacy as a matter of dignity and human right, and to advance the literacy agenda towards a more literate and sustainable society. Correspondent Hauwa Adamu takes a look at the importance of the day and files in this report.
According to UNESCO, literacy challenges persist with 771 million illiterate people around the world, most of whom are women who still lack basic reading and writing skills and are facing with increased vulnerability. Rapidly challenging global context took a new meaning over the past year, hampering the progress of global literacy effort. According to UNESCO statistics, in the aftermath of pandemic, nearly 24 million learners might never return to formal education, out of which 11 million are projected to be girls and young women. To ensure no one is left behind, we need to enrich and transform the existing learning space through an integrated approach and enable literacy learning in the perspective of lifelong learning. Freedom Radio interviewed Kano resident on how to promote education in the community.
Considered of what we have done in Nigeria now, or what was happening in Nigeria now, I can say all my courses, all my studies went backwards. Why? Because we leave the schools from the serious much of time without reading or without investigating or without touching our books.
Actually, it's hard to recall a topic or even some courses per se due to the length of the strike.
Laurata Ado Disu, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Education, said that Kano State education sector has improved.
Kano State, I am sure, is in the forefront of encouraging literacy, even with its new policy of education, this free and compulsory education, which goes around not only to children or to youth or to adolescents, but it includes even area of mass literacy. So government is encouraging literacy by even making it free of charge to people that are in that sector to come and receive education. Because whatever you make it free, you encourage people to come and participate and embrace.
Dr. Bashir Sani, a lecturer at Sa'adat Rimi College of Education, expressed the importance of the day.
Literacy Day is a day that has been marked to recognize the impact of Western education in the development of the world. It is actually made to identify the people that have learned to read and write. The actual context of literacy actually is not about reading and writing, it's about understanding and accepting new ideas through the knowledge acquired.
The theme for this year International Literacy Day is Transforming Literacy Learning Space, which will be an opportunity to raise the fundamental importance of literacy learning space to build resilience and ensure quality, equitable, and inclusive education for all. Sapara Utijan Adam, Freedom Radio.
Health experts in Jigawa State urges the general public to visit the hospital for frequent medical checkup. Secretary of the Physiotherapists Association of Nigeria, Jigawa State Chapter, Dr. Abubakar Muhammad Mabara, gave the advice as part of the commemoration of the World Physiotherapist Day today in Dutse. Correspondent Ali Rabiu Ali reports.
Physiotherapists Association across the world takes part in commemorating their day today. Here in Jigawa State, the chapter of the association took part through sensitization. Secretary of Physiotherapists Association in Jigawa State, Dr. Abubakar Muhammad Babra, said the theme of this year is osteoarthritis management and prevention.
The theme of this day is osteoarthritis management and preventions. And what we normally do is to go to media and sensitize public about what the physiotherapy do and what the importance of physiotherapy in society and how can physiotherapy contribute in the society.
What osteoarthritis mean and what action person have to take when he feels the sign of the sickness? He said,
osteoarthritis in simple terms is just a degenerative changes that normally affect the joints of a human being or individuals. It's normally characterized by pain, early morning stiffness, crepitus that is giving sound in the joints, mild swelling, understand, in advanced stage, inability to walk, understand, inability to climb stairs, inability to come down, inability to squat. So that's the primary sign of osteoarthritis. It's the most important and immediate action the individuals, once he start feeling this pain, is just to move or to rush to the hospitals.
He said they have done several events in Jigawa State, such as medical outreach, among others.
Okay, we have done several events. Most importantly is medical outreach that we carried out in Dusim Metropolitan, where we invite everybody to come and, have some medical drugs if he has any problems after proper consultations by our specialist.
Ali Rabiu Ali, Freedom Radio.
On the sporting arena, the president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Melvin Pinnick, has refuted rumored allegations that he has a preferred candidate he's backing to succeed him in office. Zara Zanna has details of this and other sports updates.
Speaking in his office when he met 3 members of his executive board who are all interested in becoming the next Nigerian Football Federation president. Amaju Melvin Pinnick said that the reason behind the meeting was to make it known to them that he does not have a favorite among them. The 3 members present at the meeting were the current NFF First Vice President Sheyi Akinwumi, Second Vice President LMC Chairman Shehu Dikko, and the current Chairman of Club Chairman Ibrahim Musa Gusau. Meanwhile, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will step up their preparations for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup with another friendly against Japan next month on Thursday, October 6th at the Novera Stadium in Kobe, Japan. Similarly, the technical director of Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, Austin Egavon, has praised the Super Falcons, showing in their 2-legged international friendly match against the USA women despite ending in defeat. The United States of America defeated the Super Falcons 2-1 in the second of their 2 back-to-back friendlies at the Audi Field, Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. In another update, Graham Potter is set to be appointed new Chelsea manager in the next 24 hours, and then his 3-year spell with Brighton. Potter, aged 47, spoke to Chelsea owner Ted Bowley last night after Thomas Tuchel was sacked and has reached a verbal agreement with the club. And on tennis, Spanish teenager Carlos Alcaraz reached his first major semi-final after beating Italy's Jannik Sinner in a US Open thriller. The 19-year-old Alcaraz saved a match point before clinching an epic 6-3, 6-7, 7-9, 6-7, 1-7, 7-5, 6-3, winning over 11th seed Sinner. Zarzana, Freedom Radio.
The global news is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com. Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. Journalists have been urged to report more on budget tracking, which will highlight issues that will aid in accountability from the government. The Chief Executive Officer of Stallion Times Media Service, Malam Isiaku Ahmed, stated this today at a two-day sensitization workshop organized by the media service. Correspondent Aisha Muhammad Edliman reports.
Malam Isiaku Ahmed said the workshop aims at sensitizing journalists who are part of the stakeholders and responsible in disseminating information on budget and its tracking. He said accountability in reportage is important for the benefit of the masses.
So our call to journalists is they should begin now to look into these critical issues. For instance, an issue was raised. We are budgeting too much for money for health. Our budgeting very low for water. And water is the cause of all the illnesses as Kano is concerned, that is taking people to the hospital. So why not tackle the issue and then nobody goes to hospital? Why is nobody looking at that? Every day we have higher allocations to health and people are still falling sick, people are still going to hospitals, and it is the water that is taking them to the hospital. So why not settle the issue of the water and people remain healthy and productive?
But the Director of Budget and Planning, Kano State Ministry of Budget, Malam Yakubu Salisu, said a proper budget has positive impact in the country.
So the main objective of organizing this event is to sensitize the journalists as stakeholders in the budget process. So the budget process involves many stages and is a consultative engagement with relevant stakeholders, members of the State House of Assembly, members of the Executive Council, community leaders, media, and other civil society organizations in order to understand what is going on in the budget processes.
Journalists from different media organizations attended the sensitization workshops. Aisha Muhammad Eleman, Freedom Radio.
The chairman of the Northern Nigerian Flour Mills, Alhaji Rabiu Muhammad Gwarzo, says they have disbursed benefits to shareholders of 25 kobo in appreciation of their business. The chairman noted this today at the annual general meeting held today in Kano. He described it as part of the achievement in this year, where they disbursed the sum of 40 million naira to their stakeholders.
From the dividend of 15 kobo, we have now given dividend of 25 kobo, right? And if you are a shareholder, I'm sure you'd be very happy to receive that. You know, no matter how small a share you have, you will get that small benefit. The challenges, right? Cost of flour has increased. Cost of diesel has increased, cost of petrol has increased, right? Mobility has become a problem. Moving from, say, here to Zamfara or to Sokoto becomes a very serious problem. Transportation now becomes a very serious problem because of insecurity and the cost of diesel and other, our currency is somehow going down, unfortunately. But it's not only our currency. If you look at all currencies, everything in the world is changing.
Some of the shareholders expressed their joy with the way the company carries them along.
We are very, very happy for the reason that this is a company that gave 15 kobo last year and now they are giving 25 kobo in a very, very difficult economic environment. So to us as shareholders, we are very glad that not only are we receiving better dividend, we also was reassured of more and more better dividend.
Actually, we, the members of the minority shareholders, are very happy today because this company has attended 50 years, which is so glorious. And they had been doing very well. We should see how their background, where they started from. And now today, they made a better dividend payment. Unlike what they had is almost double what they had.
The chairman of the Northern Nigerian Flour Mills further noted that they're doing their utmost best in making sure their shareholders are taken care of. On the foreign scene, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, is currently under medical supervision due to health concerns. The monarch, who is 96, has not been hospitalized but remains at Balmoral Castle, her estate in the Scottish Highlands, Buckingham Palace. Mamasan Oba reports.
The EU says the funds will go toward peace building and will focus on the capacity building of police and the correctional services officers, women and youth empowerment, and dialogue with civic leaders tailored toward good governance and the rule of law. The EU said with this money, it will join Mozambican and international effort to restore peace, safety and security in the north of Mozambique.
For these technical difficulties. And on the foreign scene, doctors are concerned about the health of the Britain's Queen Elizabeth II. The announcement came today after the 96-year-old monarch cancelled a meeting of her Privy Council and was told to rest. The palace said the Queen was comfortable and remained at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Reports say that immediate family travelled to be by her side, including Prince Charles, heir to the British throne. And with this, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Have a wonderful evening.